Alright guys, let's get things rolling here. So welcome to the 2013 NLCS National League Championship Series between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the St. Louis Cardinals. This is a game that was played October 11th, 2013 in Busch Stadium. We have historic lineups, as you can see here. Batting for Los Angeles, Carl, that should be a Carl, not a Clark. Carl, C-A-R-L, has a typo, mistake-o by me. Carl Crawford, there we go. Here's his positions and then his all-important stats here inside payoff pitch. We got we got range, we got error ratings, we have arm ratings, and then of course we have their run and stolen base rating. So Carl Crawford, left fielder, batting first. Mark Ellis, second baseman, batting second. Hanley Ramirez, shortstop, batting third. Adrian Gonzalez, first baseman, batting fourth. Yasiel Puig, right fielder, batting fifth. Juan Arube, third baseman, batting sixth. Andre Ethier, center fielder, batting seventh. A.J. Ellis, the catcher, batting eighth. And Zach Greinke, pitching for the Dodgers. For St. Louis, we have Matt Carpenter batting first, second baseman Carlos Beltran, the right fielder, batting second. Matt Holliday, left fielder, batting third. Matt Adams, first baseman, batting fourth. Yadier Molina, catching, batting fifth. John Jay, center fielder, batting sixth. David Freese, third baseman, batting seventh. Pete Cosmas, shortstop, batting eighth. Joe Kelly is the pitcher. And that is going to be our setup for the game here. As we have our Busch Stadium, you can see wheelhouse left and righties about 46, 47%, depending on if you're left or right. So we keep that in mind. Here's our range and error charts. We have our defensive position chart. And of course, we have our dice ready to go. And of course, our batting and pitching matchups. So I like my setup. Hopefully everything will work well for us, and we're getting things on the way here. I'm not sure how many people will be joining us today, as we have the all-important game number 5 between the Washington Nationals and the Chicago Cubs today. Go Nats. Go Nats. Knock the Cubs out. That's all I have to say. Peter Strasburg yesterday pitched a nice game, and the Nationals ended up winning and forcing Game 5. So I'm not sure how many people will join us today, but if you're not watching this live, you can always watch it later. Tribe Fan is in the house. Oh, Tribe Fan, I felt sorry for you last night, buddy. I knew you were rooting your ass off as the New York Yankees defeated the Indians in their own Game 5 series. So sorry about that, Tribe Fan. Yeah. I'm not going to say that I was surprised. I actually thought the Yankees were going to win it. I don't know why. I just had that feeling. Oh well. And there's always next year. I know that's hard to hear. That's probably a bad thing to say. Bad me. Yeah. I was thinking about you last night, though, as the Tribe went down to the Yankees there. I knew that one run was going to come back to bite them, but it did. Anyways, let's get this game underway. You can keep me up to date on what's going on in the other championship game, or the National League game between the Nationals and the Cubs. All right, so we're going to get things underway here. First up, Carl Crawford against Joe Kelly. And the windup in the pitch. Here we go. I like this setup. I think it's going to work well. I think we're going to be able to get these games done. Francisco Lindor, Jose Ramirez, and Jason Kiples didn't have great series. Yep, that's true. Lindor, Ramirez, and Kipnis. They could have had it. They could have swept them. And Beatles Eternally's in the house. Welcome, Beatles Eternally. Here we go. We're in the first pitch here of the 2015 NLCS Cardinals Dodgers. I'm getting you guys in the mood for some NLCS action, which will happen here in a couple days. I know we got the game to determine who's going to play the Dodgers this year. So we're going back to 2013, October 11th, Cardinals Dodgers in Busch Stadium. So thank you all for joining me. Here we go. First pitch of the game, and it's on the way. It's a 5-24. 5 is ballpark. We just looked at this. Ballpark is a wheelhouse check if you got 46 or less. We rolled a 24, so Carl Crawford, right off the bat, is going to get himself a wheel check against a right-hander. Fortunately, he only hits a home run 1-13. Let's see what he does with this wheelhouse check from Joe Kelly, right down the middle of the plate. It is a 99, so that's going to be a simple F9 put out. F9, yeah, there we go. Let's see. I don't know if I want to make those bold. Can you guys see those numbers there? I can make them bold to make them stand out a little bit better. F9. All right, well, what a way for Mark Ellis against Joe Kelly here. If you wait till the very end of this replay, we're actually going to be showing the highlight video from that game that actually happened. And we'll compare to what happens in our game. Mark Ellis against Joe Kelly, righty versus righty. Wind up in the pitch is a 932. 9 is in play. 32 is, just outside Mark Ellis' range. 32. It's going to be a pop-up to the first baseman for the second out. Beatles Eternally says, man, I really wanted Cleveland to win the ALDS, but at least they battled the eggs. I just hope LA doesn't make it. Well, that's why they play the game, I guess. Mark Ellis is out. Joe Kelly 2 for 2 against the Dodgers here. Hanley Ramirez, shortstop. And the windup in the pitch. Nats tied the game at 1, says Tribe Fan. So we got an 8.95. 8 is tough. Tough 95 is going to be out of range. That's an F7. And the Dodgers go down 1, 2, 3. That's going to bring up the Carpenters. The Carpenters. How about the Cardinals? No runs, no hits, no errors so far. That brings up Matt Carpenter here. We got to get to Matt Carpenter's card. There we go. Matt Carpenter against Zach Greinke. Rooting for the Nats all the way through now. That's... I would like to see the Nationals go all the way actually now. I would love them to, first of all, knock out the Cubs. Please knock out the Cubs. That would be awesome. Here we go. Carpenter versus Greinke. That's a 7-0-1. 7 is Patient. Patient 0-1 against the right-hander is going to be a walk. So Matt Carpenter starts off the game with a walk. And let's see. He's got a steal of D. And the catcher has got an arm of 1, so it would be a D1, which is not a very good chance to steal. So we're just going to leave Carpenter on first base. Beltran. Beatles Eternally says, yes, if the Cubs win, I'm jumping into the closest canal here, says Beatles Eternally. I hear that, brother. I'm all for that. Carlos Beltran versus Zach Greinke. Let's see what Beltran can do here. Right fielder. Wind up in the pitch. Here we go. It coming. That's a 7.53. 7 is Patient. Patient 53. Oh, look at that. That is going to be a single for Carlos Beltran. Carlos Beltran with the single. 53 Patient. Yep. All right. Just wanted to double check. So that's going to be an S1. And Carpenter is going to go to second on the play. So runners at first and second for Matt Holliday. Nobody out here in the top of the first. Defense is playing back, trying to get double play here. Matt Holliday does have an 8 double play, which is rather high. So they're going to play back and hope for the best. Matt Holliday versus Zach Greinke. Carpenter on second, Beltran on first. The windup in the pitch. Here it comes. It's a 5:45. 5 is a tough 45. Tough 45 is going to be another single. That's going to be a single, and this time we are going to look at a chart here. Let's see. I'm going to have to look at the chart to find out what happened on this single. All right. So we're going to use this chart here. Don't have enough room to put all the charts out there, and we hardly ever use this one. Well, sometimes we do, but we're going to look at a runner advancement on the single, runner on second. What you do is you look at the lowest dice happens to be a 1, so you look at the 1 here, and it's a 1 base. So that's the way you do it in normal. If there's 2 outs, blah, blah, blah. All right, so we got bases loaded here with the single by Matt Holliday. He's going to second, and he's going on to third base. So bases loaded for Matt Adams, left-hander against Zach Greinke. Nobody out yet in the first. Let's see if the Cardinals can use the crowd's enthusiasm here. Are they going to play in? Are they going to play back and try and get the double play? I think they're going to play in and try and cut down that runner. Yeah, I think they're going to play in. They're going to do the shift. 3-run home run Taylor for Nats. Really? Yeah. So is it 4-1 Nats? Oh, that's why I can't watch it. I just can't because I'm just too nervous. I don't want to see the Cubs win it. All right. So Matt Adams, their defense is playing in on him. Let's see what happens. That's a 689. 6 is in play. 89 is going to be a ground ball hit to short. Now, unfortunately, I don't normally use that kind of defense, so I need to find out what happens when you play in. Let's see. Do defensive error plays. Winfield in. Okay. So use blow on a ground out result. So he hit a ground out to second, right? 89. Yeah, ground ball hit to second. So if the bases are loaded and the 2d6 is 6 or less, runner on third base out at home. And he's out at home. It's an actual 6. So runner out at home. And batter out at first. All other runners advance 1 base. So Matt Adams, doing his usual, hits into the double play. We're going to call this an H star for out at home. And Matt Adams, that was called that the 4-2-3 double play. Well, that kind of stinks. That kind of stinks. So the other runners advance at base though. So runners still at third and second. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. I would like to zoom in on it, but the problem is that I'm constantly moving this up and down. I want you guys to be able to see as much as I can. Anyways, that brings up Yadier Molina. 2 outs here. 2 outs for Yadier Molina. See if he can get a big base hit here for the Cardinals. Bases loaded in the first with nobody out. And let's see if they can score. So 981. 9 is ballpark. 81 is going to be an in play. So Yadier Molina in play needs less than 32. That is a 83, so that is going to be an F8. F8 for the out, and that's going to two hits for the Cardinals, but nothing. Oops, nothing across. Unfortunately, bases loaded, nobody out, and they end up getting double play out at home, out at first, and then a fly ball by Yadier Molina. All right, well, that brings up Adrian Gonzalez here. Adrian Gonzalez against Joe Kelly. And that is going to be a 9-04. 9 is in play. 04 is going to be a double. Adrian Gonzalez smacks a double. And that brings up Yasiel Puig. Yasiel Puig, nobody out here, and Dodgers have something going. That's 11-11. 11, tough. Tough 11 against the righty is going to be a strikeout. So Yasiel Puig with the strikeout. Brings up Juan Urbe. Juan Urbe. Gonzalez on second. Here comes Joe Kelly with the pitch. That's a 7. I'm going to roll it again because it's a 7-91. 7 is patient. Patient 91 is going to be ground ball hit to short. Ground ball hit to short. That's going to be it's going to be let's just do it this way. It's just going to be a 6-3 out. And Gonzalez, I don't believe he can go to third. Let's look. Ground out. Ground out. No runner on first base. Batter's out at first. Runner on second may advance to third if base is open. Run rating of 7 or more, and ball is hit to first or second. It was hit to short. So, nope, he's just going to stay right where he's at. So, two-way for Andre Ethier. Andre Ethier, center fielder. Gonzalez does have a range of a run of only 6. Two-way here. Second inning. That's a 7.66. 7 is patient. Patient 66 is going to be a double by Andre Ethier. Patient 66. That's a double. And that's going to score a run. Let's see. That's going to be a 2B. And you are coming home for a run. So, Dodgers on the board first. A.J. Ellis on second. Andre Ethier, two-away here in the top of the second inning. Dodgers take a quick 1-0 lead. That is a 7-20. 7 is patient. Patient 20 is a walk. So, oops, sorry, wrong. That's a W there, buddy. That brings up Zach Greinke, who actually has his own pitching card in the game. So he's a halfway decent batter. As you can see, he's got a 283 average, 46 at-bats against right-handers, 12 at-bats against left-handers. He batted 500. So he has his own. Usually the pitchers in the National League just have a batting card. But Zach Greinke has his own special card, so we have to be careful here. Runners on first and second, two-way. Let's see if the Joe Kelly can get out of this inning with hardly any damage done. We'll see. That is a 6.60. 6 is in play. In play against the right-hander. 60 is going to be an F9 to end the inning. F9. But they get 2 hits, 1 run. And they've taken a 1-0 lead against the Cardinals going into the bottom of the second. And that brings up, let's see here, John Jay. John Jay against Zach Greinke, lefty versus righty. Wind up in the pitch. Here it comes, Greinke. That is an 11-11 again. So 11 is in play. In play, 11 for John Jay is going to be a single. So John Jay on the board with an S1. He's got a steal of C. The catcher again has an arm of 1, so it's going to be a C1. If we look at our trusty dusty charts quickly here, a C1. Oh, that's not very good at all. That's in the worst category, as a matter of fact. Only very slow chance. So John Jay's not going anywhere. That brings up the Freeze Meister, David Freeze. Could put on a little hit and run action. Nope, they'll just do it straight up, I guess. Here we go. That's a 5-0-7. 5 is tough. Tough 0-7 is going to be a strikeout. So Greinke with the strikeout. Brings up Peter Kozma. And they will put on the hit and run this time. They're going to put on the hit and run because the pitcher's due up next. So we'll see what happens. Peter Kozma. No, you know what? With John Jay, he's just, no. Because if Pete Kozma doesn't get a hit, then he has to try to steal, and that's not going to work. So just regular, straight up Pete Kozma against Zach Greinke. That's a 6.96, and in play 96 is going to be fly ball, have 7 out. And that is it for the Cardinals in the second inning. So after 2 complete, 1-0 Dodgers. Could be a lot better, or a lot worse, I guess, depending on who you're looking for. Zach Greinke, Joe Kelly, here we go. Nope, that's, hang on a minute. We're back up to Carl Crawford. There we go. Carl Crawford versus Joe Kelly. Wind up in the pitch. Here it comes. That is a 6.57. 6 is in play. In play, 57. 57. F7 for Carl Crawford. Mark Ellis, who popped up to the first baseman, his first time up. 0 for 1 in the day. Wind up in the pitch. Here it comes. As a 4.85. 4 is in play. In play 85 is going to be too high. That's going to be a ground ball. Hit to Pete Kozma. G6 star. Hanley Ramirez due up. He flied into left field his first time up. The pitch. It's an 8.65 tough. Tough 65 is going to be a fly ball into right field. And it's a 1-2-3 inning, so no hits this time. No runs. That brings up Joe Kelly here in the bottom of the third inning. Now, see, Joe Kelly is actually using a pitching card. He uses pitching card number 5. You can see that up here at the top. This gives his range, and then this is the pitching card to use, so he just uses number 5. So Joe Kelly against Zach Greinke. Let's hope he can get a hit, get things started here. It's an 8.41. 8 is tough. All pitchers, just about all pitchers, especially the pitcher cards, anytime you get a tough result, it's almost for sure a strikeout. So Joe Kelly with a strikeout. That brings up Matt Carpenter, who walked his first time up in the first inning. And the pitch. That's an 8.61. 8 is tough. 61, and that's a single. Matt Carpenter with an S1. Now, he's got a D rating. That's going to be a D. D. Ellis is a 1. D1. What do we look at for stealing? A D1 or a C1. Yeah, that's. We need an A1 just to get in the middle. Those 1 catchers with a great arm, hard to steal on. We could look at bunting, but with Carlos Beltran up, I think we'll just let him swing away. So Carlos Beltran against Zach Greinke. Beltran singled in the first. That is a 6-0-4. 6 is in play. In play 0-4 is a double. That is going to be a double for Carlos Beltran. 2 for 2 on the day. That's a two-baser. And Carpenter has got a run rating of 8. Let's see here. It's a hit. And it went into... So I think what we'll do is we'll use this. No, we can't use that chart. Steel runner advancements. Here we go. All right, so we had a runner on first on a double. So we look at the two six-sided dice. It's a 2 and a 4. So the 2 is the lowest number, and that is 2 bases. So unfortunately, Carpenter stops at third on the double. But runners at second and third with 1 out for Matt Holliday, who singled in the first as well. So runners at second and third. They could walk him to face Adams, but with only 1 out, they'll just pitch to him. Zach Greinke. And the windup in the pitch, here it comes. That is an 11-92. 11 is in play. 92 is way too high, though. That's going to be a fly ball hit out to left field. F7. And let's look at that chart for the sack. Where's the sack say? Sacrifice fly. That's a sacrifice bunt. Fly out. So it was hit off of an 11, which is in play. In play, all runners hold. Tough, all runners hold. Patient or wheelhouse is what you need. All right. So I thought, I just wanted to make sure. So two-way here for Matt Adams, who grounded into the, Matt Adams, who grounded into the 4-2-3 double play in the first inning, which was not a good thing. All right, come on, Matt. Big country, you can do it now. Runners on second and third, just waiting to trot home. As a 0-0, we ignore 0-0s. I'm not a big fan of their rare play charts, so I'll have to look at them again. But at this point, 0-0s we just re-roll. It's a 97, so it doesn't matter. It's going to be a fly ball out. It's going to be an F9 to end the inning. But they do end up getting 2 hits. So Cardinals are up to 4. But nothing across as Zach Greinke is putting on a good show. 14 is, I guess 14 is good enough. All right. So we're up to the 4th inning already, cruising right along. We've been actually playing for only 22 minutes. For about the first 10 minutes, we were just talking about the setup and the game and all that. So, all right, Adrian Gonzalez here against Joe Kelly. Gonzalez hit a double in the second, and he got himself a 10-77. 10 is tough. Tough 77 is too high. That's going to be an F8. F8. Yasiel Puig, right fielder. He struck out in the second. That's a 5-0-6, so that's a ballpark 0-6 against the righty. That's going to be a wheelhouse. 1-39. Yasiel Puig goes deep. Let's find out. It's going back. It's up in there. It's going through the nighttime, and it's a 62. It's caught at the warning track. F9. And second out, Juan Herube, who hit into the 6-3 in the second inning. So that's a 561. It's a ballpark, 61 in play. Juan Herube needs a 32 or less to get a hit. And that is an 81. It's going to be a simple ground ball hit to Pete Cosma at short. G6 ends the inning. So nothing across there. And even though Yasiel Puig had an opportunity to go deep there, let's go ahead and make all of these bold as well. Hopefully that'll help you guys see the results a little bit better. Hopefully. Beatles Eternally says everything is flowing really smoothly. Kudos, ID Jester. Thank you, Beatles Eternally. It's been a process. I know you've been here and watched the process and watched the different layouts, but this is this is by far the best setup we've had going. I even have like if we go and replace Joe Kelly now, I have all the other pitchers in here. All I have to do is just flip through till I find the one I want. So I want, so that should be good. Who was it? I can't remember. No, Joe Kelly. There we are. Okay. So we are looking at the bottom of the fourth inning, and we have up Yadier Molina, who flied into center field in the first inning. But I do appreciate your thoughts there, Beatles Eternally. Thank you for your support. I do appreciate it. So Yachty against Zach Greinke. Let's see if Yachty can get a hold of one. Still 1-0, bottom of 4. 8-0-7, tough 0-7. That is going to be the old K strikeout. Brings up John Jay, who flied into what? No, I'm sorry. He got a single in the second. Sorry. John Jay singled in the second. And it's a 8-21. 8 is tough 21, and that's back-to-back strikeouts. Brings up Mr. Cool himself, David Freese. Probably my favorite player. I got to see him in spring training today, Beatles Eternally. I went to several of the Pirates games. Of course, he's on the Pirates now. And so he was there and took lots of pictures of him. And Wish I'd get his signature, or something like that, because he's like, obviously if you're a Cardinals fan, he's like a god, right? All right, that's 774. It's probably going to be too high. Patience. Ooh, David Freese does have some patience there. Goes all the way up to 67, but 74 is too tall, and that's an F8 for the out, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. No hits, no runs, no errors. We're in the top of the fifth inning. Due up, Andre Ethier. Ethier hit a double in the second. Actually, I should put something on there. Hang on, no roll. So when you get an RBI, I should probably put something like a 2 base, and then we'll put an amber sign, a dollar sign. No. Like a pound sign. That way it'll stand out a little. It's hard to see it. Let's get rid of that. Let's go with at symbol. Can we use the at symbol? No, because then it wants to make it a. All right, we'll just use we use this little amber sign. Oh my gosh! Stop with your crazy. Ugh. I didn't want. Remove the damn hyperlink. There is no hyperlink. I don't know why you're trying to make it into a damn hyperlink, you freaking thing. Alright, let's try and put that amber sign back in there. Oh, we go. Okay, so that way we know he got the RBI. Double play ball scores a run for the Cubs. Sorry, fielder's choice for run. Yeah, okay. So that make it 4-2, Washington. So Ethier's up, doubled in the second. Joe Kelly trying to get out of this. Tribes fans not making me happy now with the Cubs getting a run back. That's crappy. All right, that's 7027 is Patient. Patient 02. Then Andre Ethier is going to get himself a walk. And that brings up AJ Ellis. Ethier, not a threat to steal. Yadier Molina, let's see what his arm rating is. Yadier Molina's got a 1 as well. So C and a 1 is not a good option. So not going to be a lot of stolen bases in this series with these two catchers. Ethier, no, I'm sorry, AJ Ellis. He could bunt, but at this point, he walked his first time up in the second. 4-2, top of 3, says Beatles Eternally. Thank you for that info. All right, that's a 10-42. 10 is tough. 42 against a right-hander is going to be a strikeout. So, some of these, I think the font's adjusted on me a little bit there. Make the font a little bit bigger. There we go. So 1 away. Ethier's on first. That brings up Zach Greinke. We could try a bunny. He is a B bunter. Or we could put on the hit and run because, like I said, Zach Greinke's got his own batting card. And he's a pretty decent hitter, actually. I think we're just going to let him swing away, actually. Or, yeah, why not? 79 and 12. Could try a sacrifice him over, but that would be the second out of the inning, and he's a pretty decent batter, so we're just going to let him bat away. We're just going to let him bat away. You'd be surprised. 6046 is in play. 604. Zach Greinke in play. 04 is going to be a double. And good play, good call there. That's a double. Now we have to check out. A double. I need to get this chart on my screen somewhere. Runner advancement chart and a double. We had a runner on at first. The 6-sided dice was 3 and a 3. So if we look at 3, that is going to be a score right there. The runner on first is going to score on the double by Zach Greinke, the pitcher. And that is an RBI. So he'll get a amber sign there. Andre Ethier goes home for a run. Oops. H and then that. Let's try that again. H and then that. There we go. And that brings up Carl Crawford. Another run across and a runner on second. The pitcher with a big double there. Carl Crawford against Joe Kelly. Getting a bit nervous, Tribe fan, says Beatles Eternally. Wild pitch makes it 4-3. Tribe fan, strikeout ends the inning. Okay, so we're in the bottom of the third, 4-3. See, that's why I didn't want to watch it. I just knew something. All right, Carl Crawford, that is a 929. 9 is in play. In play 29, that's going to be a single. God damn it. Joe Kelly, what are you doing to me? Let's see. Let's look at our 6-siders. It's a 3 and a 6. So it's a 3 single. Runner on second. He rolls a 3-6, so the runner is going to score. Okay, so Zach Greinke is going home. Carl Crawford with a single, and he gets a little amber sign for an RBI, right? Is that what we're doing for the RBIs? Yes, it's the amber sign. Damn it. That's 2 runs across, still only 1 out, and a runner on at first. Brings up Mark Ellis, who popped to first in the first inning and grounded to short in the third. They're going to leave Joe Kelly in. Try and get through this inning. Al, Red Sox fan, is in the house. 568. 5 is ballpark. Ballpark 68 is just in play. So Mark Ellis, an in-play check against a righty, needs less than 31 to get a hit. And that is a 39, very close. 39 is a grounder back to the pitcher. 39, that's a G1. And we're going to try for a double play. That's a 5 and a 10. So let's see if we get the double play or not. That is an 8, so it's higher than the double play of Mark Ellis, a 5. So the pitcher, fielder's choice here. Mark Ellis gets on with the fielder's choice. They're going to get him out at second. Fielder's choice, he's on first, that's second out. Hanley Ramirez, still runner at first. 2 runs across for the Dodgers. That's a 6-0-9. 6 is in play. In play, 0-9 is a double for Hanley Ramirez. Ugh. And that might be it for Joe Kelly as he's given up another double. That is going to score another run. Runner at first. Wait a minute. No, double. Yes. God damn it. I said don't put that on there. So you're going to go all the way to home, score the run. And that's going to be it for Joe Kelly as he's given up another hit here in the 5th inning. That is, we'll add the things up here in a minute. Coming in to pitch for Joe Kelly is going to be Randy Coates. Hopefully I have his card. There he is, Randy Coates against Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez double in the 2nd and fly to center in the 4th. 2 away here, runner on 2nd. We have, 1, 2, 3 runs scored. Ugh. And the Dodgers are breaking this open. We need to close this right now. That's a 3-17, patient 17, and that is going to be a walk. Nope, against the lefty. Yep, it's still going to be a walk, though. It's going to be a walk. So runners on first and second for Yasiel Puig. Puig is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. So Randy Coates comes in and gives up the big walk to the lefty. That's a 571. It's in play against the lefty. 71 in play is too high. Ground ball hit to second for the out. G4 out. But this one's gonna hurt. We got 1, 2, 3 runs. And how many hits? We have a single, a double, and a double. So 2 doubles and singles, so that's going to bring them up to 5 hits. 5, there's the number 5, thank you. And after 4.5 complete, it's 4-0 Dodgers. Zach Greinke has just been mowing down the Cardinals here. So Al, Red Sox fan, will be listening in. He's got something to finish up some stuff. He won't be posting, but he'll be here listening to us. That's great. Al, Beatles Eternally is asking me, Al, did you ever bother to buy the baseball historical disc from Action PC? It's a lot better than the one from Strat. All right, so who's up? Pete Kozma's up for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Zach Greinke is working on a, 2-hit shutout so far? Game 1 here of the 2013 NLCS. Pete Kozma fly to left field in the second. That is a 6-0-6 in play. In play 0-6. Oh, almost a double. Not quite, but he does start the inning off right with a single. That brings up Joe Kelly, but we're going to. Joe Kelly's no longer in the game. That is correct. We have replaced him with Randy. Oops. I guess I need to R-A-N Randy C-H-O-A-T-E. Randy Coate is come in the 5th inning. Okay. But he's immediately going to be pulled for a pinch hitter. Which is going to be Adron Chambers is going to come in. A-D-R-O-N Chambers. Adron Chambers is coming in the 5th inning. Stay in the 9th position there. All right. Let's see. Do we have his card? I'm going to have to use his card from over here. I believe it's going to be over on this side. There it is. And, actually, yeah, because he doesn't do good against lefties, but he... Oh, my gosh, he's not very good against righties either. Jesus. Maybe we'll put in... Do we have Colt Wong's card? Let's see. Yeah, there's Colt Wong's card. He does almost as bad. No, that's fine. We'll put in what's his face? Adron Chambers here. So we're actually going to be using this card and this card. All right. Here we go. Adron Chambers, Zach Greinke, the windup in the pitch. That is a... Come on, do something. There you go. 694. That's not going to work. 6 is in play. 94. 2-eye. That's going to be a fly ball. F9. Out. So what away. Brings up Matt Carpenter, who is walked and singled. 2 for 2 on the day. So we're back to these two cards over here on the right-hand side. I can minimize this and keep this out of the way. All right. Carpenter, Greinke. Carpenter's got his number. Can he call the Cardinals back into this one? Wind up in the pitch. Here it comes. 688. 6 is in play. 88 is going to be too high. That's going to be G4. We're going to roll for double play. Carpenter's only got a 5 double play, so it's got to be 5 or less. That's an 8. So, fielder's choice. And let's see. Pete Kozma's out at second out. For the second out of the inning, that brings up Carlos Beltran. Stratomatic Delaware, hey, he's home from the radio. How's it going, fellas? We're doing good. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning, cruising right along here as Zach Greinke is just mowing the Cardinals down 4-0. Cardinals do have a runner on first base here. That's a 688. That is 6 is in play. 88's too high. That's going to be hit to the G4 out. That's going to end the inning. They ended up getting 1 hit. So they're up to 5 hits. No runs. And coming in to pitch for the St. Louis Cardinals will be Seth Manis. Let's see if I got his card here. I should. There it is. So Seth Manis is coming in to pitch for the Cardinals here in the 6th inning. Oops. S-E-T-H-M-A-N-E-S-S. Seth Manis is coming in. He's coming in the 6th inning. There we go. He'll be facing off against Juan Urbe. Juan Urbe, or Urbe. So if you're just joining us, 1 run in the 2nd. It was a double by Gonzalez and then a double by Ethier to drive in the run in the 2nd. And pretty much nothing else going on until the 5th inning, where Ethier walked, A.J. Ellis struck out, then Zach Greinke, the pitcher, that's right, the pitcher, got a double to drive in a run, followed up by Carl Crawford with the single, got in a run. Mark Ellis hit into a fielder's choice, then Hanley Ramirez hit a double, scored another run. There was a walk to Adrian Gonzalez, and then Yasiel Puig grounded to short to end the inning. 3 runs scored on, what was it, 1, 2, 3 hits and a walk. Uribe, that's right, Uribe, yep. Tribe fan, thank you so much for that, Uribe. Thank you. Yes, I know I've been having trouble. It's funny because I actually have the video of what happened this game, and they mentioned his name several times, and I knew what it was, but I just been saying it wrong. So blah. Uribe, got it now. All right, Seth Manis, Juan Uribe. Here we go. Wind up in the pitch. Here it comes. Top of the 6th. That's a 7:36. That's a tough against a righty. That's going to be a strikeout. So Juan Uribe, he strikes out. Ethier here, a double in the 2nd and a walk in the 5th. Andre Ethier. And Seth Manis, wind up in the pitch. Here it comes. That's a 791 tough. 91 is going to be a ground ball. Hits 2nd. That's a G4 out. A.J. Ellis walked in the 2nd, struck out in the 5th. Here it comes. That's a 977 in play, 77 too high. That's an F8. And Seth Manis comes in and smokes him that inning. All right, that brings up Matt Holliday. Singled in the 1st, a fly to left in the 3rd. Matt Holliday, 1 for 2 against Zach Greinke. Greinke giving up 5 hits, had a jam in the, had a rough 1st inning and a rough 3rd inning. Cardinals had base runners, but just nobody able to get that big hit yet. All right, here we go. Holliday and Greinke. That's a 649. 6 is in play 49 too high. 49's a G5. 1 out. Brings up Matt Adams, who is hit into the all-popular 4-2-3 double play. The Cardinals started this game off, since some of you have just joined us. The Cardinals started off in the bottom of the 1st inning. Matt Carpenter walked. Carlos Beltran singled to put runners on 1st and 2nd. Matt Holliday finished up with a single, put runners on every base, and then Matt Adams decided to ground into the 4-2-3 double play as the infield was playing in to cut down the runners, and they actually got a double play out of it. And Yadier Molina then flied out. So the Cardinals had bases loaded to start the game off, and ever since then, it's kind of gone downhill. So Matt Adams, as we mentioned, hit into that 4-2-3 and then an F9. 0 for 2 against Zach Greinke. Here we go. Wind up in the pitch. That's an 8-0-8. That's a tough 0-8, and that's going to be a strikeout. That is, how many Ks is that? That is 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts for Greinke. Yadier Molina, who flied to center in the first and struck out in the fourth. Uribe. Got it. I got it, guys. I got it. Yachty, come on, Yachty. Get things rolling here. That's a 653. 6 is in play. 53 is going to be too high. 53 is an G5. And the Cardinals go down in order once again. No runs, no hits, no errors. We're in the top of the 7th, and Zach Greinke flied to center in the 2nd and then hit a double in the 5th, scored a run, RBI double. He also scored on the single by Carl Crawford. So they're just going to leave Zach Greinke in to hit because Zach Greinke, if you're just joining us, does have his own card. So he is a decent hitter. He batted .500 against left-handers, and he batted .283 against right-handers. So Zach Greinke against Seth Manis. Wind up in the pitch. Here it comes. That is a 677. 6 is in play. 77 is just too high. This time they get him. That's going to be an F8. That brings up Carl Crawford, who is 1 for 3 with a single. 1 for 3 with a single. RBI single. That's an 11-26 patient. 26. That is going to be a walk. So Carl Crawford with the walk. That brings up Mark Ellis. Automatic Delaware says, I love when pitchers help themselves at the bat. Can't do that with the DH. That's so true. And I was going to, no roll, by the way, just to catch up Stratomatic Delaware since he was not here at the time. So we had Ethier walked, got down to first base, then A.J. Ellis struck out. So the debate was whether or not to bunt and try and get him over to second with one away. I decided, well, since there's already one out, no sense in bunting. Let's just let him hit. And that's when he got his double and drove in a run. So never bunt if you don't have to. Mark Ellis versus Seth Menes. That is a 533, tough 33, and that is a strikeout. And Seth Manis has come in and done some work here, fellas. Seth Manis has come in and done some work. Hanley Ramirez, who 1 for 3, 2 fly balls, and a double in the 5th. And here it comes, the pitch. That is a 7-15. 7 is tough. Tough 15 is going to be a strikeout. And that is 2 really good innings. Actually, yes. Okay, because that was a walk. 3 and out in the 6th inning and 3 outs in the 7th inning and a walk in there. So Seth Manis coming in and doing some work for the Cardinals. All right, it brings up everyone's least favorite Cardinal. Even if you're a Cardinal fan, John Jay. I hope he breaks his leg today playing against Washington. So that was no runs, no hits, no errors there. We're in the bottom of the 7th. We got a 7th inning stretch going on here. Okay, I stretched enough. Here we go. John Jay. Just wait until you guys see at the end of the game. I'm going to be putting out the highlights of what happened in the actual game. And you'll see why John Jay is no one's favorite Cardinal player. That's going to be a 570. That's a tough 70. Not good enough. That's a G6. G6, one away for David Freese. Now, David Freese is my all-time favorite player. The Freese Meister. Here he comes. Come on, David. Let's get things rolling. That's a 435. In play 35. Oh, just outside of range. That's going to be a pop-up in foul territory. It's in a, what did I say it was? P5. That's what it is. And that brings up Pete Cosma, who is 1 for 3 with a single in the 5th inning. Come on, Pete. Let's show these guys how we can do this. That's a 4-17. 4 is in play 17. That's going to be a single. Pete Cosma on the board again. There you go. And that's going to bring up, it's going to bring in a pinch hitter. Seth Manis's day is done. And that's going to bring in, let's see if I can find him here. It's going to bring in Colt Wong. Koltwong. Colt Wong's coming in. Oops. He's coming in the 7th inning. All right. And Colt Wong, so we're going to use the card way over here on the left against Zach Greinke. So just ignore Pete Cosma's card because the pitcher card has been replaced already with a different user. So there we go. Colt Wong versus Zach Greinke. He only bet at 173 against righties, but come on, Colt Wong. Let's get things going here. That's a 432. 4 is in play 32. Not good enough. You're just not good enough. 32. That's a G5. So Colt Wong, let's see where he is. What did we say that was? 32? G5? All right, G5. And that's going to end it. The Cardinals do pick up another hit. They've actually out-hit the Dodgers 6-5, but no runs across. We're in the top of the 8th inning, and we brought a new pitcher coming in, and we got a big old lineup sheet going on here. Big old lineup sheet. Coming in to pitch for St. Louis is going to be Carlos Martinez. Of course, everyone knows Carlos Martinez now started the season, the 2017 baseball season for the Cardinals as their opening day starter. So, but back in 2013, not quite the everyday starter that he needs to be now. All right, so Carlos, let's put in Carlos here. Carlos Martinez. Coming into the 8th inning. There we go. And he'll be facing off against Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez, let's see what he's got himself. A double in the 2nd, fly ball in the center in the 4th, walk in the 5th. Let's see what he can do here in the 8th inning. There we go. Carlos Martinez, Adrian Gonzalez, that's a 683. 6 is in play. In play 83 is going to be too high. That's going to be G4 out. G4 star. 1 away for Yasiel Puig, who is 0-for-3 so far. Strikeout and a flyout and a ground out. Has a 571. 5 is in play. 71 is going to be too high. That's a G4. So I'd say Colt Wong, second baseman, but he's not the second baseman back in 2013. Second baseman is going to be Carpenter. No, it's going to be Mark Ellis. Sorry. Where's Carpenter? No, wait. Yes, it is Matt Carpenter. That's what I thought. Okay, it is Matt Carpenter. I was looking at the wrong scene. All right, we have up Juan Uribe. That's it. Juan Uribe. Told you I had it. Maybe. All right, here we go. Come on. Let's get him out. 1, 2, 3 inning. Another one would be nice. That's a 490. 4 is tough. 90 is way too high. That is going to be a G6. So the infield busy for the Cardinals here in the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. And after that 5th inning, the relievers have come in and shut down the offense here. So we are in the bottom of the 8th, and we have Matt Carpenter up. Carpenter's walked in the 1st, singled in the 3rd, and hit into a fielder's choice in the 5th. Matt Carpenter, Zach Greinke, he might go a complete game here. He's going at least 8 unless he starts giving up some hits. That's going to be a 629. 6 is in play. 29 for Carpenter. 29 is going to be a single. Attaboy. That a way to get things started here. Single for Carpenter. That brings up the hero, Carlos Beltran. Don't forget, at the end of this replay, we're actually going to show you the video highlights from the actual game and compare and see what we did. And hopefully you guys will stick around for that. It won't be too much longer. I would say 10 minutes we should be done with this game. Carlos Beltran, he has singled in the first, doubled in the third, grounded to second in the fifth. So 2 for 3 for Carlos Beltran. Let's see if he can continue his hot hitting. That is a 666. In play 66 is going to be too high. That's going to be a G6 to shortstop. Let's see if they turn to double play. They need a 6 or less for a double play. And that is a 10. So it's not a double play. It's just a fielder's choice. And we'll put the out here on the fielder's choice. So one away for Matt Holliday. Beltran on at first. Holliday is singled in the first, flied to left in the third, and grounded to third in the sixth. So he is 1 for 3 as well. Here's the pitch. It's a 10-0-2. 10 is tough. 0-2, and that's never a good combination. That is a strikeout. Brings up Matt Adams, who is 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a flyout, and the all-important 4-2-3 double play in the first inning that really screwed over the Cardinals. I would replace him, but I don't know how many first basemen we actually have. That's a 6-19. 6 is in play. In play 19, and Matt Adams actually gets himself a single with 2 outs. That's going to move Beltran up to third. And he's going to go fielder's choice to third base. So runners on the corners, and that might be it for Zach Greinke. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Did they try? They're up 4-0, but I mean, on hitter is, the on hitter or on deck batter can tie the game up. So the question is, let's put this in bold. Do they leave in Zach Greinke here in the 8th, or do they pull him? I think they're going to pull him. He's had a hell of a good game, though. Might be too early of a pull, but let's see. Do we have? We're going to bring in, well, all right, let's slide it up here. So Greinke went 8 nice innings. He's going to be replaced by Ron, Belisario, Belisario. And we need to adjust his size of his thing. Ron Belisarios is coming in the 8th inning. It's going to be, try this again, 8.2. He's going to come in after the 8.2. All right, here we go. So Ron Belisario is coming in against Yadier Molina. Stratomatic Delaware says, I say go, but I leave a pitcher in too long. See Joe Necro. I've been watching your Joe Necro replay, guys, if you want to check out Joe Necro's replay of every one of his games. Go check out Strat-O-Matic Delaware's channel. He's doing that with Payoff Pitch, just like you see it right here, folks. So if you like what you see, go check out Strat-O-Matic Delaware's channel. And you can watch him play Payoff Pitch with cards and dice. So he does a great job over there on his channel as well. So make sure you subscribe. Here we go. Yachty, come on, 2 outs. Runners on the corners. Ron Belisario. Do this. That's a 10-0-2. That's in play. And he's a righty. In play 0-2. Is it going to be a double? That's going to score 2 runs. Yadier Molina comes through with the double amber sign. We use amber signs as RBIs. And Matt Carpenter, no, he was out. So you are going home with an exclamation point. So he scored a run and a single. And you're going home scoring a run as well. And that's going to make things a little more interesting here now as Yadier Molina gets himself a double. And the tying run comes up to the plate in John Jay against Ron Belisario's 2 away. God, if I had anybody in my... Let's see what the Cardinals did in real life here. Although, you know what? I mean, as much as I hate John Jay, he's actually 1 for 3. He's got a single, a strikeout, and a ground out. Could bring in Nick Punto. Scott Van Slyke. Let's look and see. I think I got Scott Van Slyke's card. Let's see what he looks like. Come on. Maybe I don't have his card. I didn't get them all done. I just got the ones that I needed. All right. Well, I guess they'll leave Jay in. All right. He's just the lefty. He batted .291 against righties, so I'll leave him in. Hang on, I'm moving my other thing here. All right. Hey, guys in the chat, if you're still paying attention, give me an update on the Cubs-Nats game. Of course, everyone is rooting for the Nats today. Come on, Nats. All right, John Belisario, 2 outs, runner on second. John Jay hits a home run. This game is tied. Let's see what happens. That is an 840. 8 is in play. 40 is too high. Damn it. G3. That's a G3 to end the inning. And why we hate John Jay. That's exactly why. Right there. Boom, boom, boom. So that is 1, 2, 3 hits and 2 runs. So 3 hits brings them up to 9. 2 runs makes the game at least interesting going in the 9th inning. And that brings up Andre Ethier, who is a double, a walk, and a ground out. Carlos Martinez only had 1/3 of an inning, so he'll be able to pitch this 9th inning. Ethier against Carlos Martinez, the 2013 Martinez. That's a 7.26. 7 is patient. 26 is going to be a walk. So Andre Ethier with the walk to start off the inning. A.J. Ellis. Ethier is a C-stealer, C1, because, of course, come on, Cubbies. What? All right, Stratomatic Delaware. I was going to make you an administrator on my channel. You can forget that now, buddy. AJ, do we want to butt him over? Do we want to just hit? Do we want to try and steal? He is a Ethier. Sorry, wrong. He's a C-stealer. It's be a risky move to steal because Yadier Molina is an A. He's a 1, so a C1 is going to get you. Oh, C1's way down there. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Okay, so no stealing. No stealing allowed. I mean, you can, but it's not a good move. A.J. Ellis bunts. He could bunt. Yeah, we're about ready to kick Stratomatic Delaware off our channel permanently here, as he's a Cubs fan, rooting for the Cubs. He's probably rooting for the Cubs. Yeah, don't steal on Molina's, Stratomatic Delaware says. All right. So do we bunt him over, or do we just? I mean, they're up 2 runs. If they get that 3rd run, that would be huge. They do have the 9-hitter coming up next, though. So Belisario, but I'm sure they'll get a pinch hitter for Belisario. So I think we'll just let A.J. Ellis swing away. He's walked, he struck out, and he flied to 8 in the 8th. Oh, Stratomatic Delaware says lay it down. With the pitcher due up next? Really? Well, the pinch, you're going to get a pinch hitter. Yeah, I guess you're right. All right, so let's look before we do anything. So no roll. Bunt of C. Let's look at the chart at least and see what the chart says. For bunting here. Bunting. He's a C bunter. So C bunter is going to be used in this middle column. So 16 to 89. Yeah, that is a pretty good rate. All right. Infield is expecting it. They're going to play in. I don't know if that's going to make a difference, but they are going to play in. We'll play just the corners in to try and take out the bunt. A.J. Ellis will try to drop one out, and we're going to find out what happens. Here we go. Lay it down, Stratomatic Delaware says. Well, can't go wrong listening to Stratomatic Delaware, unless, of course, he's telling you to root for the Cubs. Here we go. Wind up in the pitch. It's a 764. I think that's a good bunt. 64 is 1689. That's SH bunter out first. Runner advances. So that is a good call. All right, so we got the sack, and he goes to second. We will have a pinch hitter. We're going to insert a column here. And, of course, the Dodgers are going to be bringing in Skip Schumacher. I know I've got his card somewhere. It's just a matter of finding it. There it is, Skip Schumacher. So we're going to use Skip Schumacher, Carlos Martinez way over here. Just ignore A.J. Ellis's card because Zach Greinke's no longer in it. So we're going to be bringing in Skip. Oops. What? Right there. Skip Schumacher. And he came in the 9th inning. All right. So runner on second. We have 1 out for Skip Schumacher. Wind up in the pitch. Martinez has only faced 1, 2, 3 batters, so he's got plenty to go. That's a 652. So 6 is in play. 52 against the righty is going to be a 52. Is it going to be a ground ball hit to third? We are looking at a G5 out. It's going to be for Skip Schumacher. It's going to be a G5 out. Runner stays on second on the play. Not what they were looking for there, unfortunately, but that brings up Carl Crawford. Max Cornelius is in the house. Max Cornelius, how are you tonight? Thanks for joining me. Do appreciate everyone. Beatles Eternally. Al Red Sox fan, Stratomatic Delaware. What is that? Pele? Murphy hits a solo shot. Then Taylor hit 3-run shot. Nats lead, top of 5, 4, 2, 3. Okay, Max Cornelius is doing well. That's good. Glad to hear. All right, so runner on second, still 2 away here for Carl Crawford. He is 1 for 3 with a walk. So 1 for 3 with a walk. They're going to leave Martinez. No, they're going to take Martinez out and bring in, actually he's going to bring in a lefty to face off against Carl, if we have a lefty, that is. Shoot, I think the only lefty I actually, All right, this might get a little tricky as we have to actually go to the actual chart this time. Let's see who the Cardinals actually have in the bullpen here. There's the Dodgers. Where's the Cardinals? I have to find their cards. This is why I get everything done ahead of time. I didn't figure we're going to be making 25 changes, but that's the way the National League is most of the time. Here's the Cardinals. All right, let's see who they have as lefties. They already used Randy Coach. They do have Jaime Garcia, but he's a starting pitcher. They do have Tyler Lyons. They're going to bring in Tyler Lyons to face off. So Martinez out in the ninth. Bringing in. Keep doing that. Tyler, what the hell? Where did you learn how to type? Where did you learn how to frickin' type? Tylerlyons. Tyler Lyons. Alright, he's coming in the, what is it, 9.2? Is that where we're at? 9.2? Oh, come on. Put a 9 in there. Thank you. 9.2. So Tyler Lyons is going to come in. I'm just going to slide this out of the way as we roll the dice. And who's batting, actually? We have, should be, yes, Carl Crawford. Okay, so here we go. I'll bring over the card here in a second to show you guys what was rolled on it, but there's no sense of just taking up the whole screen because he's only going to face one batter, hopefully. That's a 6. So 6 on Tyler Lyons is tough. All right. And that's a 30. So tough 30 against a lefty. It's going to be a strikeout. So good call there by Matheny to bring in Tyler Lyons to get that all-important third out. That is no runs, no hits, no errors. Going in the bottom of 9. And we got this new pitcher coming out. New pitcher coming out for LA. J.P. Howell. I think I have J.P. Howell. Let's see. Come on, let's see. I'll do a better job of making sure. There he is, J.P. Howell. So J.P. Howell's coming in the bottom of 9. J.P. Howell. He's coming in the 9th inning. All right. He's going to be facing off against David Freese, at least. Well, yeah, we're going to leave David Freese in there. Let's see what happens. Come on, David. That's a 9.57. 9 is in play. 57 is going to be too high. 57 is going to be an F9 for David Freese. F9. 57. Is that right? Yes, it is. Okay. Not what you wanted to see. That brings up Pete Cosma, who's 2 for 4 with 2 singles. We're going to leave Pete Cosma in there. Come on, Pete. Do something good. Pete only batted 184 against lefties, but we don't really have much bench left. We've already used 3 players, so that's a 650. 6 is patient. Patient 50 against the lefty is going to be a walk. So Pete Cosma gets aboard with the walk. And that's going to bring up a pinch hitter because Tyler Lyons' day is done. And we've got this big, huge column going on here. That is going to bring up, who is that going to bring up? That's a good question. Edron Chambers is already pinch hit. Colton Wong's already pinch hit. That's going to bring up Daniel Descalso. I'm going to have to use the actual, I don't have his card, so we're going to just have to look at his card when it comes up. There's Daniel. All right, so Daniel. Nildescalso. He's coming in with 9.1. All right, Daniel Descalso. I'll show you his card when it's comedy of errors now for the Nats. What? What? Don't say that. Don't even tease me like that. Come on. All right, so we got Descalso versus JP Howell, and the windup and the pitch. Here it comes. That's a 6-0-7. That's a patient. Uh-oh. Patient 0-7 against the lefty is going to be a walk by Daniel Descalso. And they have back-to-back walks here with one out. They have runners on first and second, and we could have a walk-off here as Matt Carpenter is 2 for 3 with a walk. 2 singles, a walk, and a fielder's choice. Runners on first and second, only one out. Matt Carpenter, and that's going to be it for JP Howell, actually. That's going to be it. Actually, no, they're going to leave Howell in because Carpenter does not hit lefties as good as he hits righties, so they're going to leave JP Howell in. Go Cubbies. He's, oh my God. Don't say that. You hurt my eyes. You hurt my eyes, Strontomatic Delaware. Here we go. One out. Runners on first and second. Matt Carpenter with the walk-off. Here we go. The windup in the pitch. Here it comes. It's an 11-95. Patient 95 against the lefty, though. 95 is going to be in that fly ball to right field. That brings up the hero of the game, Carlos Beltran. I'm telling you, he's going to be the hero. You ready? Here it comes. 2 outs. Runners at first, runner at second, 2 away, bottom of 9. And Carlos Beltran against JP Howell to try and close it out. Here we go. I'm a Phillies fan. My season ended in May. Yeah, that's pretty funny. All right, Beltran, here we go. Hero of the game. Be sure to stay tuned after we get this last out. We got the actual video coming from what happened in the actual game to remind everyone, and we're going to compare and see what happened. Here we go. Beltran with being the hero. Walk-off. Home run. Here we go. Wind up in the pitch. That's a 10-70. 10 is tough. 70. Fly ball. Going back. No, it's a ground ball to short, and that's going to end the inning. Damn. And that's it. And they got absolutely no more hits. So that is going to be the end of the game there as neither team commits any errors. You know what? We didn't have any defensive checks. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing there, Cowboy? We didn't have a single defensive check this whole game. Where's my... Here we go. So for those of you who are interested, it is to a final score. The Los Angeles Dodgers 4, St. Louis Cardinals 2. 5 hits for the Dodgers, no errors. For the Cardinals, 9 hits, no errors. Crawford was, let's see, 1 for 4 with the walk. Ellis was 0 for 4. Ramirez was 1 for 4. Gonzalez 1 for 3 with a walk. Puig 0 for 4. Juan Urbe 0 for 4. Ethier 1 for 2 with 2 walks. AJ Ellis with a sacrifice, a walk, 0 for 2. And Zach Greinke basically 1 for 3 with the double. Skip Schumacher 0 for 1, and that's going to end it as we have Dodgers 4, Cardinals 1 from October 11, 2013. Now, let's check out what happened in real life. 6-4 Cubs. Oh my gosh. What? Oh my gosh. Not too shabby there, ID Jester, says Stratomatic Delaware. Nice ending. Howell saved the hard way. I thought Beltran was going to hit it, and I'll show you why. Are you ready? Here we go. We're going to watch what happened in real life. live.
Game 1 of the NLCS between the Cardinals and the Dodgers before a raucous crowd at Busch Stadium. Bob Gibson, Adam Wainwright, and Jason Mott with the ceremonial first pitches. All three players have closed out World Series wins for the Redbirds. Picking up top one, Joe Kelly dealing to Hanley Ramirez. One on and one away. Hand ram gets drilled in the ribs. That's going to leave a mark. That put runners at first and second. They each moved up to second and third following a wild pitch. But Kelly comes back to get Adrian Gonzalez and Yasiel Puig both on strikes to put out a fire. Now we go bottom one. Zach Greinke dealing to Matt Holliday. The line shot to short. Ramirez has got this one, but as he comes down, he is clearly in some discomfort. As you see him wince right here. Ramirez checked on in the dugout between innings, but he would remain in the game. Now we go top three, another jam for Kelly. This time bases loaded, one away, facing Puig. He sends it back to the mound. Kelly with a slight bobble, but he comes home for the force route number 2. Nice job by Kelly here to not panic as he gets the second out. But the next batter for the Dodgers is the red-hot Juan Uribe. He sends it up the middle into center field. That is a clutch 2-out, 2-run single. And the Dodgers draw first blood as they lead 2-0. Now we go bottom three. It is Carlos Beltran at the plate. 2 on and 2 down.
The pitch to Carlos, a swing, and there's a drive. Deep right center field. Back to the crack, to the wall, and it's off the wall. 2 runs are going to score on the double by Beltran. We're tied at 2.
KMOX with the call. Andre Ethier making his first start this postseason. Could not quite come up with this one. It is still 2-2 in the bottom of the 7th. It is Greinke dealing to David Freese. One on and one away. Freese into right. Puig comes on to make the running catch. He throws on the move, and he doubles off John Jay off of first base. What a great play here by Puig. A base-running blunder by the Cardinals, and that closes out the inning. Now we go bottom 8. Greinke still in there and only getting stronger. Pinch hitter Adron Chambers goes down, and then it's Matt Carpenter who also looks at strike 3. That was Greinke's final pitch following 8 innings of 2-run ball. 4 hits, 1 walk, and he struck out 10. Now we go bottom 9. The Cardinals have the winning run at second base, 2 men away. But Brian Wilson getting John Jay to fly out to Andre Ethier, and to extras we go. Top 10. Trevor Rosenthal dealing to Mark Ellis, who sends it into right center. And this one skips by John Jay, who took a bad angle to the ball. Ellis around second, on his way to third. He's in there with a 1-out triple. The Dodgers have the go-ahead run 90 feet away. 2 batters later, it's runners on the corner, still just 1 away. It is Michael Young at the plate.
The pitch on the way. Young hits a high fly ball. Right center field. Beltran is under it, makes the catch. The runner tags, tries to score. The throw. He's out at the plate. Out at the plate. Mark Ellis is gunned down by Beltran. We're going to the bottom of the 10th. This game is still tied.
Once again, KMOX, Michael Young replacing Adrian Gonzalez in this one as he was pinch run for earlier in the game. Now we go top 12, another Dodger threat. First and second, 1 away. Michael Young back at the plate, now facing Lance Lynn. Lynn induces the double play to close out the frame. Bottom 13. The Cardinals have the winning run at second once again, 1 away. It is Beltran back at the plate, now facing Kenley Jansen.
3-1 delivery. Swing and a shot into the corner. The Cardinals win this one on a base hit by Carlos Beltran. 3-2. Bingo. Did he smoke that thing? He drives in all 3 Cardinal runs, and the Redbirds win it here in the bottom of the 13th, and they're dancing all over.
KMOX on the call. What a night for Carlos Beltran and the St. Louis Cardinals as they grab a 1-0 series lead in the 2013 NLCS. It was the longest Cardinals postseason game in team history in terms of innings. A tough night for Yasiel Puig. 0 for 6 with 7 runners left on base. A good night for Juan Uribe in the losing cause as he becomes the 6th player with 3 straight postseason games of at least 2 hits and at least 2 RBIs.
And there you have it, right there. And that's why I thought Beltran, it was almost set up. It was almost set up for us to just let Beltran get that hit, home run, win it, walk-off fashion, just like they did in real life. But no, payoff pitch says, no, you can't. And it's funny, Tribe Fan is amazing. Tribe Fan says, Cardinals winning a walk-off in 13. And that was before the video actually ended. So, yes, sir, Tribe Fan super memory. What a true baseball fan there. And Beltran says, move over, Jay. Let a pro handle this. Yeah, so you want to know why Cardinal fans hate John Jay? Just look at that video. It tells you why. He made a bad play in the outfield, let that ball get all the way to the end. Then he had a chance in the top of the or bottom of the ninth inning and popped it out. And it seems like everything he did was bad or wrong. So it was like Beltran said, "No, no, 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 kid, let me get this, and I'll show you how it's done." That's good. That's good. Pele there. I like that. That's pretty good. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us here. I know we've got some awesome action on the tube, and we're going to find out who's going into the NLDS, just like we did tonight. I'm doing a best of 7 series here. Dodgers up 1-0 against the Cardinals. We come back for game number 2. Appreciate everyone in the chat, everyone that stopped by tonight. If you're watching this on YouTube later, thanks for joining us. Beatles Eternally, Tribe fan, awesome. Can't believe he actually. Oh my gosh, it's 7-4 Cubs. I'm just gonna go to bed, I guess. Uribe, yeah, that's right, Uribe. So, Stratomatic Delaware, Al Red Sox fan, everyone out there, thanks so much for joining me. You guys have a great evening. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching.